Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Pause and Effect on Air. I'm your host CJ. Let me go ahead and get some music started. Pretty sure I used this same album, Soothing Breeze, to rank all my 2024 streams into one thing when I did it for a video, and now it feels oddly fitting to be able to do it again. But yeah, so if you clicked on this stream, then I am doing a live tier list today of all the games that I played on stream in 2025, and I'm just ranking them from like best to worst. But instead of just assigning them by letter, like what I'm doing is like top 5 AA, top 5 indie, S tier, which is just great, no notes, just fun, A tier, really good, B plus, A minus tier, made for fun collabs. Or no, like these are just like side tiers, made for fun collabs, and then regretfully unfinished. So I would say that these regretfully unfinished lies somewhere between B and A, kinda alright, B tier, not really my thing, C tier, and then no, just no, D tier. And I looked at it, there's like 106 total games that I played on stream in 2025. That is so much. So going down the list, it did not save all of these in order from like January to December like I had hoped, but we've got Stardew Valley is top tier. I'm sure we'll see, Jenny, we'll see, but like, to those of you that joined me in the pre-chat leading up to the stream, which was just Jenny McTupper, thank you for being here early. I appreciate your time. But the games that we are sorting today, again, they're not in order, but Unsighted, Mouthwashing, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, Subnautica, Inscription, Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards, Hot Soulful Boyfriend, The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords, GoldenEye on N64, Mario Golf on N64, Yoshi's Woolly World, Okami HD, The Last Story, Super Mario 64, Halo 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Kingdom Hearts 2, Lethal Company, Among Us, Sonic Adventure 2, Dead Space Remake, Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition, Super Mario Sunshine, Golden Sun, Psycho, Giantess Dating Sim, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, specifically the Game Boy Advance version, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, A Hat in Time, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Metal Gear Solid, Zelda 4 Swords Adventures, Pizza Tower, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy IV 3D, Pokemon Fire Red, Devil May Cry, Golden Sun: The Lost Age, Pandora's Tower, Reanimal, Metroid Fusion, Stardew Valley, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, Star-Crossed World, I think is the name of it, DLC campaign, Look Outside, Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, Zelda: The Wind Waker, Outer Wilds, Left 4 Dead 2, Mega Man 11, Paper Mario, Arknights, Kingdom Hearts 1, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, Arknights Enfield, Pokemon Stadium, Hollow Knight, Wario World, Pokemon Stadium 2, Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion, Mario Party Superstars, The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, Dragon Quest 1 HD 2D specifically, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D, Rain World, Banjo-Tooie, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, Monster Hunter Wilds, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, Me-Side, Doom 2016, Peak, Pac-Man World Repack, Hollow Knight Silksong, Bendy and the Dark Revival, Resident Evil Biohazard, Alan Wake, Kirby Air Riders, Darkest Dungeon, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Sea of Stars, Throws of the Watchmaker, we're almost there, trust me. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Bloodborne, Final Fantasy X-X2 HD Remaster, more Final Fantasy X than anything. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Rayman 2 The Great Escape, Star Fox 64, Fire Emblem Engage, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Clear Obscure Expedition 33, Super Mario Odyssey, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Persona 4 Golden and Other Crab's Treasure, Escape from Ever After, Yun Yun Syndrome, Rhythm Psychosis, Nekomimi Destruction, Tearscape, Snow Ultimate Freeriding, and Signalis. Oh my god, there's so much. There's so much! And I'm gonna be honest, when I was making this entire list to like go into the tiers, I completely forgot I played some of these on stream this year, or last year. Man, it really goes to show just like how bad a habit I have of like just leaving things to sit for really long. Especially to the point when, like, I will admit a lot of the reason I leave things to sit is because, like, numbers don't lie. I don't think people are interested in watching them, but I need to get out of that habit this year. And in addition to starting some new things in 2026, I also definitely need to just figure out what it is I want to finish, what it is I want to do. Like, There's plenty of finished games on this list now, but oh man, I'll have to figure some stuff out. But okay, so then we're gonna start from like the top and just move all the way down to the bottom. So we're starting with Unsighted. I picked that game up because it seemed really interesting. It seemed like a cool, nifty little Zelda-like, but with a lot of extra things that came with it. Like, I was explicitly told, like, oh, hold on, I gotta there, forgot to set my Discord to do not disturb again. But okay, so Unsighted was very fun. There is no finishing Stardew. Stardew is life. Oh yeah, I know. It's still gonna rank really highly despite. Just trust me on that. But Unsighted was really fun. I never did finish it, but it's not going in regretfully unfinished. It is something I do kind of want to go back to, but I don't know if I will ever do that on stream again. But what I played is really fun and really hilarious. So, especially with all of the puzzles that required the use of the spinning top, which is just the spinner from Zelda Twilight Princess, but better. So, Unsighted, I am going to put in really good. So, it's something that if you're a Zelda fan, I highly recommend playing it. But don't go into the time limit mode where, like, everybody dies. Yeah, that's going to be my only advice. Next up is Mouthwashing. This game is probably one of the most controversial horror picks for, like, 2025. But I do remember enjoying it, but I do also remember I didn't 100% get the story. Hey, Kirby Fan Merrick's, welcome to the stream. Do I want some Cool Whip? Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H? I'm kidding. No, Mouthwashing. It took a second playthrough on my own time, as well as a bunch of other videos, in order for me to really understand what kind of story Mouthwashing was trying to tell. And I feel really bad that I didn't get the story at first. I was just entranced, I will say, in the idea. I'm actually going to scroll down a bit so that you can see Mouthwashing right there. But I was entranced in like the visuals and like the idea of being lost in space, where like everything goes really wrong really fast and your only like source of like food or nourishment is just mouthwash. And I thought it was interesting just having a story where there's no such thing as a good person, like across this entire narrative. And like some of the visuals really did creep me out in a good way, so I'm going to put Mouthwashing in the really good tier. So like recontextualizing, so S tier, A tier, B tier, sits between A and B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier. Got it. So Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. That is an easy assortment for me, kinda alright. So I played Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy twice. The first on my own, just to see what kind of game it was, because I'd never played a Phoenix Wright game before then. And the second time, I did a collab on it with a friend of the channel, Pickle McDillionaire. And I see why people really like it. I would not put it under not really my thing, because that feels like a disservice. Because Phoenix Wright is cool, but I feel like that's a type of game where I should not have played it on stream, especially not the first time ever, because you can watch that collaboration back I did with Pickle and realize that the two of us were like boring ourselves to sleep with the way that we were going about the game. And I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. What I am saying is that there is like, I don't know, I guess I just don't really do all that well with like narrative heavy, or not narrative heavy, but text heavy narrative games like that. But I guess like it is gripping in a way, and I do want to go back to it, but I don't think I'm going to be going back to Phoenix Wright on my own. Or like, not on my own, but not for a stream, but maybe like kind of just on my own time. Yeah, like I am really slurring my words. I'm kind of physically exhausted right now. But okay, next up is Subnautica. So Subnautica is going under great, no notes, just fun. Actually, no, it's not. It's going under really good. So Subnautica is a really good game. I can't even deny that. Subnautica is like, I try to only limit myself to that once a month because that game can be horrifying at times. It got rough. And even after I had multiple instances where I thought I figured things out with the game, in comes a brand new caveat to really throw a wrench in things and like really spike my heart rate with how badly I was feeling fear. But I kind of left Subnautica to the wayside after the entire scandal between Krafton and Unknown Worlds Entertainment. But I have Subnautica. I'm close to finishing it, I think. I don't know how many more streams of it I have left. But I have Subnautica. I have Subnautica Below Zero, and I do want to play that eventually. But I have no idea just how long that's going to take. But either way, Subnautica still falls under really good. I still enjoy it. It's not the greatest thing I've ever played, but I still really enjoy it. So I'm going to leave it there. And I hope I can get around to it at some point really soon. Okay, so next up on the list is Inscription. And Inscription, I think I'm going to put under really good as well. Like, as far as roguelikes go, it is certainly one of the most unique ones I've ever played, yet also not 100% the most unique game I've ever played. And I don't know, man. Inscription has like a lot of perks. It has maybe a couple drawbacks. I did enjoy playing it once for a video and then once for a stream in 2025. But attempting to play it on my own, I just can't help but feel like frustrated at times, just because of like how that game goes and what exactly it is you have to like do in that game and how much you have to remember. But it's definitely unique and I did really enjoy it, so I'm going to label that under really good. Like, it gets very solid B tier, but definitely not A tier. Alright, so next up is Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards, and I am like conflicted here. Like, I almost want to put it in A tier, great, no notes, just fun, but I also want to put it in B tier, really good. Like, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, I got like 2 streams out of that, managed to at least finish the whole thing to 100%, which I had never done before. And I mean, it's a very fun game. but the datedness of its controls really threw me off, especially with how you have to move. It's one of the few games that really threw me off with how you have to use the D-pad to move Kirby around instead of the control stick. And I think it's one of the only games I've played through N64 Online that really enforces that. I don't remember if that was a thing in the original N64 version, but even despite that, the game is still a great time. It still remains iconic. It's still a great game to play, and it is, you know what? I'm not going to label it under really good. I'm going to label it under great. No, it's just fun. Because, like, it's still iconic. I still go back and listen to the soundtrack. Hell, I went as far as to set the theme of Rockstar from Kirby 64 as my ringtone whenever someone calls me. Like, it's that good of a song. Like, the whole game is just great. So, yeah. Kirby 64 in A tier. That's where we're going. So, alright. So, next up is Hot Tofu Boyfriend, the game I played as a one-off for Valentine's Day. And I'm labeling that under kinda alright. Hot Tofu Boyfriend is very funny. It has a lot of fun things about it. But, visual novels, man, just aren't 100% my thing, but I do see the redeeming quality in this game's writing and this humor. So, that's all I can really say is it goes under kinda alright. So, like, very solid B tier. I can't help it. Can't help what, Kirby fan? Okay, I missed a few chats. I just see, here's my mashup. I want to play Mario. Yeah, I don't know. Then Jenny said, but that's the fun of horror games like that. I guess you were talking about mouthwashing or Subnautica. Probably mouthwashing would be my guess. But yeah, moving on. So next up is The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords that I played early on in the year with my friends Champion Wiggles, Punky, and Triangle. So I'm going to sort that under Made for Fun collabs. Like, I had never played Zelda 4 Swords all the way through, but I had a great time with it. And I think both Wiggles and Punky, and even Triangle too, I think we can all attest, it was just a super fun time, and we had a lot of fun just running through it. I did not expect... Subnautica, gotta get the heart rate up. Got it. Okay. I did not expect Zelda 4 Swords to only take an hour. Like, we had a lot of fun just riffing off of each other and just messing around. Like, I still look back fondly on the short where we ended up summoning a rupee wraith out of a chest, and Wiggles yells out, "He's got broke bitch disease, run!" Man, that was a good time. Loved it. Okay, so then in that same jump, because Zelda 4 Swords only took an hour, we also played a single round of GoldenEye 64, which is also going to fall under Made for Fun collabs. And we also played a few holes of N64 Mario Golf, which is also going to fall under Made for Fun collabs. Mario Golf, being as good as it was, caught me off guard because I had never played the N64 Mario Golf until that collab, but I've gone back to it a few times since in order to just keep messing around with it and having fun. GoldenEye, not so much, but no, it was great. Like, that was just overall a very fun collab to be a part of and take part in. Oh man, okay. I need water. God, I am going to be yapping so much this stream. I know half of those games from the old to the new ones, and I might comprehend I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Okay, Kirby fan, you are the third person insofar who has recommended I play that. The first was Pickle McDillionaire, and the second was Caramel Feather. So, I will get around to it. I bought it during the Steam sale for the Steam Christmas sale because it was so cheap. I will be getting around to that soon. Just trust me. And Jenny says I was really good at Mario Golf when I had that console. Hell yeah, I support. Alright, so then next up on the list is Yoshi's Woolly World. And that's an easy A tier for me. Like, great, no notes, just fun. Like, Yoshi's Woolly World, probably my favorite of all of the Yoshi games I've ever played. Like, Yoshi's Island, the original one, like, it has its place, and I love it. But in terms of, like, Yoshi games, like, Yoshi's Island DS, Yoshi, I played Yoshi Touch and Go on DS way back in the day, and that game was not what I thought it was. But then, I never did play Yoshi's Island DS, but I do have that on my Wii U. Then, Yoshi's Woolly World is, like, probably my favorite Yoshi game of all time. Yoshi's Story and Yoshi's Crafted World, I need to give another chance. But, easy A tier. Like, I was glad I was able to play that game all the way through. I did promise at one point that I was going to go do some, like, post-game stuff. Or at least try to 100% the game. That never happened. And, excuse me. That never happened, and I'm very sorry about that. But, yeah, I need to, I feel like the next Yoshi game I play is probably going to be Crafted World. When I get around to that heavily depends on when Yoshi and the Mysterious Books release date gets announced, because that's a game I want to play too. On stream is debatable, but still interested. Okay, so next up is Okami HD. And this one I am going to file under regretfully unfinished. Okami, the couple times I played it, was like, I thought it was really cool. There was a lot to really like about its graphical style. But numbers in terms of that game really don't lie. And wait, let me read this chat. What does that say? What? What kind of earthbound crack fiction am I reading, Kirby Fan Merrick's? Anyway, so I let Okami HD fall to the wayside because, like, people weren't really... I got, like, kind of burnt out of playing it, and people weren't really watching it either way, so I figured nobody would complain if I just let it go. However, SC Jolly very much complained to me about it and has been complaining since. So I definitely need to get around to that at some point in the future. God, I don't know when, but that's gonna be a funny time. Okay, then next up is The Last Story, a Wii game developed by Mistwalker that was part of the Operation Rainfall trilogy. And that's an easy placement for me. That also goes under regretfully unfinished. Yeah, I don't know, man. The Last Story, it's a very good game. And if I had to recommend any games on the Wii to play, like, that game would easily fall under my top 10. It is a JRPG for better and for worse, but it's so unique as a concept that I can't help but just recommend it to anybody who like wants to just like mess around and try something fairly original, I will say. I had a really funny moment with shooting banana peels at people with a crossbow when I was just running around the city. It is a very long game though, so I do need to get around to finishing that at some point. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to eventually going back to it. All right. So then, next game in the pile is Super Mario 64, and that's an easy placement for me. Great, no notes, just fun. It's going in A tier. I mean, Super Mario 64 is just timeless. What more really needs to be said? Like, its gameplay still holds up all these years later, and hell, there are even mods. There's even a modded version of Super Mario 64 that I want to play eventually, I just don't know how to set it up, called Super Mario 64 Co-op DX, where it's like it's like a multiplayer mod for Super Mario 64 where people can add in like original characters. Like, I've seen modded versions of Super Mario 64 that have X and Zero from Mega Man X as playable characters. So eventually I do want to try that. I do want to get around to it. I just don't know when that's going to happen. But I did like 3 streams of Super Mario 64, and every single time, like, I just really enjoy playing it. It's one of those games where if I'm like not doing anything on a day off, or I just am not feeling great, or I just want to like turn my brain off, I will just go into that game, either the Nintendo 64 online version or the version I played through Super Mario 64 Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and I'll just make my way through the levels, and I will just like turn my brain off and just play. Like, that's all I can really do. It's a good game. I don't want to call it a depression game, but it's a good game for me to play whenever I'm feeling like down and just want to do like something to just take my mind off of things. And just hearing Mario's just like ho ho ho, yeehaw, waha, like wah. That was a horrible Mario impression, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. So then the next up on the list is Halo 2. And I'm going to put that under Made for Fun collabs. I played that all the way through with my close friend Hazmat XD. Like, I'm looking to eventually play Halo 3 with him at some point this year. Maybe Halo ODST and Halo Reach as well. It kind of depends on how often we're able to get through, or how quickly we're able to get through Halo 3. Like, it's gonna take time. And I've never played Halo 3 before, but I'd never played Halo 2 before either when we played it, or when I played it with him in 2025, or even Halo 1 when I played it with him in 2024. Was Wait. No, Halo 1 and Halo 2 were both 2024. No, Halo 1 was 2024, so Halo 2 was 2025 exclusively. Right. Okay. Man, I've done so many streams over the past 3 years that it's starting to get a little hard to like keep track of them all. But yeah, Halo 2 under like B+ tier, Made for Fun collabs. Actually, I wouldn't even call this B+. I would maybe call this like A-. But either way. So then next up on the list is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I do not remember playing this on stream at all last year. It had to have been just a one-off stream that I did before Mario Kart World and the Switch 2 came out. But man, I don't know. I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was always one of those games that was like easy to put on and just turn my brain off as I just did the races. I don't really have that same feeling of mindlessness when I play Mario Kart World on my own. but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, still very fun to play, still timeless. I'm gonna fold it under great, no notes, just fun. Yeah, moving on. So next up is Kingdom Hearts 2. And that's an easy placement for me. It also goes in A tier. Or A plus tier. Like, great, no notes, just fun. I'm going to worry about top 5 AAA and top 5 indie once I've, like, placed everything. But Kingdom Hearts 2, like I said with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, also very timeless, but in a very different sense of timelessness. Like, 8 Deluxe re-released for Switch in 2017, like 3 years after it originally released in 2014. So this Mario Kart 8 has, like, what, 11 years of shelf life at this point? Coming up on 12 years of shelf life in April of this year. But Kingdom Hearts 2 has been around since 2005, and God, it's just a fun game. I loved revisiting it. I loved replaying it. I think this is a game I started in 2024, then left for a little while until 2025 rolled around, and I realized, oh, I want to actually finish this game this year. So, I'm like, what else do I need to say? Like, it's Kingdom Hearts 2. It's still got, to this day, some of the best combat and the best story and the best music and the best everything in the series. So, like, and I still love it, so putting it at anything less than great, no notes, just fun, would be doing that game an utter disservice. So I'm going to leave it there. At least for now. Okay, so the next up is Lethal Company. And that's an easy sort for me, made for fun collabs. Lethal Company, especially modded Lethal Company, is always a very fun game for me to play on stream. With, like, I've done it with Wiggles and his friend a bunch of times. I did it with my friend Tony Wojnar and his brother maybe once or twice. Let me think. I don't remember doing it on stream with, like, my other friends, but I'm sure maybe that could happen at least once or twice. It kind of really depends. But Lethal Company is just I know it's regarded as friend slap for whatever reason, and I know there's other friend slap games out there, but Lethal Company, especially the modded one, is always just such a treat to go back to and just play on stream whenever I can, or even just off stream. Like, that's always just a fun time. So it goes under made for fun collabs. The same applies for the next game, Among Us. Also falls under made for fun collabs. Like, Among Us is just, I used to be such utter dog crap at Among Us, but, I played it on stream a bunch of times, I played it off stream a bunch of times, and, I do find myself getting better and better at playing it, especially wherever, like, where was I going with that? I have no idea. But, Among Us, fun time. Fun time. Like, I do wish I had better luck at getting the imposter all that often, but if, I'm hoping that, Wiggles ends up, doing the editing for, his last game night thing really soon, because, I got a few moments when I was imposter, and I almost completely solo carried games. It was so much fun, and I'm hoping we can all see that video sooner or later, because I know he recorded it. Hold on. Okay, so then the next game on the list is Sonic Advance 2. And Sonic Advance 2? Sonic Adventure 2. And I'm going to file that under kinda alright. Like, Sonic Adventure 2 is still one of my favorite Sonic games to date. And depending on how I feel, I may file it under really good, but I only did one stream of this ever. And it was just me running the Team Hero campaign in the game, just all of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles' stages. And I don't know what it is about the PC version of Sonic Adventure 2, but the Steam version has a massive slew of problems that Sega never bothered to fix, and you can't exactly hold on. Excuse me. You can't really get any mileage out of that game without modding it. And that honestly just doesn't sit right with me. Its gameplay is still the same as it was back when it released in 2001 for Dreamcast and 2002 or 2003 for GameCube, for better or worse. But I do still like its gameplay, but I don't know, man. Like, there's just something about how dated it is and how jank it can really be a lot of the times that just still doesn't sit well with me to this day. So I'm just going to leave it under like low B tier for kind of alright and leave it there. Alright, so the next game is Dead Space Remake. I tried playing this either twice or 3 times. It goes under B, like, what did I say this was? A tier, really good? Or like the highest of B tiers for really good? Like, Dead Space is always a good time where however you choose to play it. The remake has a lot of redeeming qualities, but on PC, it's better. This is one of those games where it's better to play it on console than it is on PC. Plus that, there wasn't really a lot of interest in like me playing this game. I recognize that. Like, I don't remember how many times I streamed it. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3. I know I played it once in April and then left it off for October for Horror Game Month. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where now that I have a new PC, the game will probably run a hell of a lot better than it did. But all the performance issues I was having because it was installed on a hard disk and not a solid state drive were 100% my fault. I recognize that. So eventually I will go back to it now that I have a new PC that has only a 2 terabyte solid state drive in it. You saw Dead Space at least twice? Okay. So definitely minimum of 2. Let's just leave it there. So like I'm not putting that under regretfully unfinished because oh wait, I did play it 3 times. Oh yeah, I remember now. So I will eventually go back to that. I just don't know when that's gonna be. But outside of that, yeah, let's move on. So the next up is Devil May Cry 3 Dante's Awakening, and that's an easy placement for me. Great, no notes, just fun. Like, Devil May Cry 3 is like still regarded by many as like one of the best games in the franchise, and having replayed through it and having had a lot of fun with it, I definitely see why. I don't know, it just leans super heavy into the action and the campiness of it all, and it's a great time. For better and possibly for worse, it's still a great time. So I'm just gonna leave it at like the easiest placement. So then Super Mario Sunshine. Yeah, that's also going under great, no notes, just fun. Like, I get a lot of weird side eyes whenever I tell people that Super Mario Sunshine is my favorite out of all the 3D Marios. But like, the vibe of the game is just immaculate, I will say. And I have a lot of fun just messing around with the water mechanics and the just all the levels and all of the fun stuff that you can do in them. Granted, some levels continue to be on their bullshit, like what's a good example? The Phantom Manta fight at Sirena Beach. Corona Mountain as a general whole. And I do recognize that, like, a first timer is going to have a really tough time with this game. But, for someone like me who has played Super Mario Sunshine on again and off again across several years ever since it released, like, the game is just fun. And I'm always going to be one of its, like, most staunch defenders. So I'm just going to leave it in great tier. The boat in the lava, that was Corona Mountain, the boat in the lava. Just, oh, that was fun. Hell, but it was fun. Okay, so next up is Golden Sun, the original Golden Sun. I played it mostly in 2024, left it to sit for a little while, but then finally got around to finishing it in 2025, so this definitely still counts. And I'm going to put this under really good. It was Nintendo's first attempt at attempting to make a JRPG for Game Boy Advance. And I looked it up. It released in 2001. I was 9 when that game came out. And confession time, this actually was this whole stream playthrough I did of Golden Sun was actually my first time ever playing it. I had not played the Game Boy Advance version ever before this point. And I see now where the connection comes in, because I loved Golden Sun: The Lost Age, and it's just a great time. Honestly, it's just a great time. Hold on. And I know I streamed Golden Sun: The Lost Stage at least once. I can if I find where that is in this list, I can probably just get around to replacing that one now. Golden Sun: The Lost Age, right there. Golden Sun: The Lost Age, I'm also going to file under really good. I only played it once in 2025, I'm pretty sure. I definitely need to like, you own the Game Boy version of Golden Sun? Hell yeah, I respect that. But Golden Sun and Golden Sun: The Lost Age, just really good games. I did transfer all my stuff from Golden Sun 1 into 2. So eventually I do need to get back on that, and I think I have it on my schedule for either next week or 2 weeks from now. So I hope you look forward to it, because I know I definitely am. I want to finish Golden Sun: The Lost Age this year in 2026 and do what I was unable to do as a child, which was beat Doom Dragon. Yeah, that's going to be so satisfying when I get around to that. Okay, so next up is Psycho Giantess Dating Simulator, which I played for a video early on in the year and then played on stream twice. And that is going under, I was debating between great, no notes, just fun, or really good. And I think I'm going to put it under really good. I definitely need to play more of this game, because yeah, it's writing in the way that you have to continually choose sacrifices just continues to intrigue me. But every time I've played it, it's just been really popular, and I don't understand why. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. It just seems really fun is I guess what I'm thinking. And eventually I think I will get back around to that, but on my own time, for sure. Just, I don't know when that's going to be, but Psycho Giantess Dating Sim, very interesting premise, very interesting setup. Like, visual novel games like that are not usually my thing, but this one at least has like a more interesting premise compared to some of the others I've played. So that's going to be where it goes. Alright, so next up is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, specifically the Game Boy Advance version. And that's going under really good tier. Like, it's Zelda, it's not going to go like anywhere. None of the Zelda games are going to go anywhere lower than this. I already know that, but nah, Link to the Past, it was like a game from my childhood that I never finished, and that was like my whole motivation for like wanting to actually stream it, because where am I going with this? I guess Zelda: Link to the Past is just like a really fun game to play. It's very much a timeless classic, and I feel like it's something that people should either experience once or finish once, and I chose to do the latter. And you know what? I don't regret it. It was a lot of fun. So next up is okay, so now you guys can see it. Next up is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. That is going under great, no notes, just fun. So this Breath of the Wild playthrough that I'm doing, it is my second time ever playing through the game. But as opposed to doing what I did the very first time I played it when it first released in 2017, which was like bumming around and like trying to figure out a whole bunch of other things, I figured like the best thing for me to do, or the best thing for me to have, is an experience in a game where I can just run around almost like a chicken with my head cut off, doing things in a sequence that like I want to do them, and just like try to have as much stupid fun as I can have along the way. And Breath of the Wild is a very good game for that. So eventually I will finish it, but don't be surprised if it takes me until 2027 to actually finish it. But yeah, it's just nice to be able to go about that game at a pace that I feel is right for me. So eventually I will get around to actually doing some story stuff, and that's probably going to happen in the next stream. But yeah, no, still a great time. Okay, so next up is A Hat in Time, and that is an easy S tier. Like, that game is like very good. It falls under great, no notes, just fun. Like, it came highly recommended to me by a bunch of other people. Like, I think Tony Wojnar was like one of the biggest proponents of that game, and I don't know, man. Like, I see why, because I see what people meant when they said like A Hat in Time is like a must-play indie. I never did do everything, and I had said at one point that I wanted to do a stream where I said at one point that I wanted to do a stream where I went back and got everything. That never happened, but eventually I will get around to that. I just don't know when, because I know there's like a couple bosses that I still haven't beaten, but I beat the final boss, I watched the credits roll, and I'm cool with just leaving it in top tier. And like I said, eventually I'll go back. Alright, so next up is Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I played as a one-off when the game launched, and this one is also an easy, great, no notes, just fun placement. I did go back and finish it on my own, because I originally said I was going to like play it all the way through on my own, and maybe I can go back to that, because I do have a separate save file. When I finished that stream, I made 2 save files. One is complete now. It took me like 2 months to finish that game. And the second one is this save file from that stream. So I can always just start from there if I so desire. And if that's something that anybody wants to see, then I can certainly try getting around to that eventually. So then, alright. So the next game on the list is Metal Gear Solid, the original. And I'm filing that under really good. Like, it's not the greatest game I've ever played, like many have made it out to be, but it was still a fun game. I just completely rage quit that game because of Psycho Mantis, for better or worse. Because I tried to do a thing where I remember what people said you were supposed to do with that game, which was like, well, more specifically with the PS1 version, which was like taking your controller, plugging it into the player 2 slot, and that's the only way you can beat Psycho Mantis without him predicting all of your crap. But I attempted to do something similar, and it completely crashed my PC. So I have like resolved never to play that game since. Maybe one of these days I'll, because it was the GOG version, maybe one of these days I'll get back around to re-downloading GOG Galaxy and going back to it. I just have to really figure out how the keyboard controls go for that game. But either way. So then, next up is actually one other thing I really want to say about why I file Metal Gear Solid under really good but not great. Metal Gear Solid is a very solid, no pun intended, example of the biggest difference that I've been like preaching for like the better part of a few years. There is a big difference between using political themes to tell a story and using political ideology to push a narrative. And Metal Gear Solid is quite possibly the best version of using political themes to tell a story, or the best proponent of it. And then as far as like using political ideology to tell a narrative or push a narrative, I would go as far as to say games that fall under that would be more like Dragon Age the Veilguard, Life is Strange. There are like a lot of other games. I'm not sure of any others off the top of my head, but Metal Gear Solid does political storytelling right, and I do want to at least experience the rest of that story at some point just to see where it goes. Okay, so next up is The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures, and that falls under Made for Fun collabs. We were only able to play it once, but Four Swords Adventures is a game that I feel everybody needs to experience at least once, whether you emulate it through Dolphin like we did, or you have an original GameCube copy, which I do. And it's definitely one of those games where it's better with friends. It's also just as decent by itself if you wanted to go that route. But having experienced it with like playing with other people, maybe not for the very first time, but for the first time in a very long time, like, it was honestly just a super good time. And hopefully we can all, like Punky, Triangle, Wiggles, and I can all like get back together at some point to just like play more of it or finish it out. Like, I know timing and scheduling is always an issue with these things, but maybe one of these days it can happen. Maybe one of these days. All right. So next up is Pizza Tower. It was just a one-off that I did, practically a 4-hour speed run. I'm filing it under grade, no notes, just fun. Pizza Tower was my game of the year, my indie game of the year for 2023, when I like really kicked off the streaming journey. So much so that like I have played it so many times since then. And I don't know, Pizza Tower really does mean a lot to me in a lot of different ways, and I really want to see what comes next for Tour to Pizza. Like, I know they're working on their next game, Woon. I also know that I can also try playing the noise update eventually, I just don't know when, and they did tease a possible Jerome update for Pizza Tower. Like, I don't know if anything's gonna come of that, and I sincerely doubt that it will, but, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, so then, next up is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, and I'm filing this under kinda alright. Like, I love skateboarding games, I love Tony Hawk games, but compared to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, there is something about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 that just does not jive with me at all, and I can't figure out why. Like, maybe it has something to do with the levels, maybe it has something to do with, like, how it controls, because it was gifted to me for Switch 2, but, yeah, man, I don't know, there's just something that feels off about it. Maybe it's just due to the fact that, like, there's all sorts of content from the original 2 versions of 3 and 4 that got left on the cutting room floor for this remake. And, like, objectively speaking, it's not a bad remake. Hold on. But subjectively, there's just something about it that, I don't know, man. I really don't. So, it falls under kind of. Alright, so next up is Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. I am going to file that under really good. I almost wanted to file it under regretfully unfinished, but I can't really complain because there isn't really much of an audience for this game. I will be the first to admit that. But no, Dragon Quest Monsters is cool. I used to really love the Dragon Quest Monsters games on Game Boy when I was a kid, and I loved the Joker games on DS. And there's a lot of redeeming qualities about the Dark Prince. However, there are, like, a lot of missing features from, like, older games that I wish had come back in like the Dark Prince and just never did. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just going to leave it there for now. Okay, so next up is Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. And easy placement for me. S tier. Great, no notes, just fun. Like, it is a return to form to, like, the old side-scroller Ninja Gaiden games done by the Game Kitchen, the creators of the 2 Blasphemous games. Like, why wouldn't I have a lot of fun with that? There really is a lot to love about the platformer, and even though it is a super short game, I really enjoyed it. I would go as far as to say it's probably within the top 5 indie games I played this year, but I do have to sort through everything first. Hi, sorry I missed the beginning. Essie Jolly, welcome to the stream, and no, you are all well and fine. So, for reference, this is what I've placed so far. Under kinda alright is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, Hot Soulful Boyfriend, Sonic Adventure 2, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Under regretfully unfinished is Okami HD and The Last Story. Under made for fun collabs is Zelda 4 Swords, 007 GoldenEye, Mario Golf, Halo 2, Lethal Company, Among Us, and Zelda 4 Swords Adventures. Under really good is Unsighted, Mouthwashing, Subnautica, Inscription, Dead Space, Golden Sun The Lost Stage, Psycho, Giantess Dating Simulator, Zelda: Link to the Past, Metal Gear Solid, and Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. And under great, no notes, just fun, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards, Yoshi's Woolly World, Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Devil May Cry 3, Super Mario Sunshine, Zelda Breath of the Wild, A Hat in Time, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Pizza Tower, and now Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. So, getting back to what I was saying, I do sincerely hope at some point that the Game Kitchen or whoever is able to, like, successfully complete another revival of a side-scroller Ninja Gaiden game, because we as a gaming society need more of that game. That game is just great. Okay, but it hits like top tier. Moving on. Final Fantasy 9 falls under regretfully unfinished. I only streamed that game twice, but the 2 times I did stream it, I had a lot of fun up until the point where, I don't know, I hit a few moments where I'm just like, get on with this story already. Come on, please. Like, or at least tell me where I need to go. Like, Final Fantasy 9 is good, but dated, but I do want to experience more of it, and I know eventually I will. I just don't know when that's going to be. So I will have to figure that out on my own and get around to it eventually. But it still beats the crap out of, in my opinion, the PS1 version of Final Fantasy VII. Like, people can glaze that game all they want. I do not give a shit. Okay. So next up is Final Fantasy IV 3D, which I only streamed once, and I'm gonna file that under regretfully unfinished too. Like, one thing I feel I should have done is, like, at least I made a week out of Final Fantasy completely unaware that my algorithm placement in that moment in either August or September was getting completely dumpstered, and I wasn't understanding why. So the 4 Final Fantasy streams I did that week, which were Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and one other Final Fantasy. I can't remember. Oh, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Those did not do nearly as well as I'd hoped they would, and I feel really bad about that. But I do want to go back to Final Fantasy IV eventually. Again, don't know when that's going to be, but it's something to really think about as time progresses. So next up in the tier list is Pokemon Fire Red, and that is also going to fall under regretfully unfinished. I think I just like fell out of it because like it was a playthrough that I wanted to do in an incredibly specific way. I don't think mentally it was working out the way I wanted it to, and I remember burning out of that game before I eventually moved on to try to do a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. And the Fire Red run was very interesting, and at some point maybe I will go back to it. Huge maybe. But I don't know. Maybe there's a part of me that thinks with Fire Red I should just cut my losses and move on. Because even though it's good to play like retro games, like especially retro Game Boy Advance games like that every so often, like I don't know how I feel about it. So I'm going to just leave it there. Okay, so then next up is the original Devil May Cry, because I was on a Devil May Cry kick for like a good chunk of this year, and it's gonna fall under Great No Notes Just Fun. I had never played the original before, and this game really surprised me with how good it was. Like, I tried to like play it multiple times in the past before I did the stream of it, ended up bouncing off of it so often that I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if this game is for me. But after deciding to truly give it a chance earlier on or like midway through 2025, I had a really good time. Like, it was just so much fun. And that, yeah, like, it goes under high tier. That's where I'm gonna leave it. So next up on the list is Pandora's Tower, which is also going to fall under regretfully unfinished. I played it 3, maybe 4 times, hoping that like I would get around to finishing it, but again, it's another case of I left it to the wayside because numbers really don't lie, and like people really don't want to. I figured like people really didn't want to watch it, so I just left it. But hold on. But it's still a very fun game, and I have resolved I do want to at least do what I was never able to do way back then, and just see at least one ending of it. That is all I want to do, is see at least one ending. And some friends of mine have said they really want to see me like play more of it and finish it. So eventually I will have to get around to that. Eventually. I think I like scheduled it in for sometime this month too. I just don't remember when that is. But either way, falls under regretfully unfinished. I will be getting around to that really soon, much sooner rather than later. Alright, so next up is the one stream I did for Steam Next Fest, which had like 5 demos and like 30 minutes of like one of my favorite indies. I figured I may as well count those. So like the next game on the list is Reanimal. And I don't know why it's doing this. I'm going to file that under really good. Reanimal got me actually interested in wanting to try out Little Nightmares. I have still never gotten around to that, and I am so sorry. But Reanimal just is one of those games that I really want to see more of it and see more of its premise. I want to see where it goes. It just seems like a very interesting time to me. And I'm still looking forward to its release date. And that's going to be where I put it, under really good. Like there's just like a aura of mystique about it that that like leaves me wanting more. And I definitely want to see where else it goes. So then the next up on the list is Metroid Fusion, which I speedran once to celebrate the beginning of October, and that is also going to be filed under really good. Like Metroid Fusion, amazing game, great game. Not exactly, I wouldn't exactly put it over like any of the games that are currently in S tier, but I would certainly put it at the top of A tier. Like this game is just great. And I'm actually gonna put Subnautica here. And like Metroid Fusion is still to this day one of my. You see Stardew's next? Oh yeah. But I do see that like Metroid Fusion is still one of my. It's still one of my favorite Metroid games of all time. Like no matter how many times I've played it, it's bordering on 20 at this point. I still love playing it. Like I've not gotten around to like every single secret in that game, and eventually I will. But there's gonna be a lot of hell to experience before I get around to that. Either way, Metroid Fusion, like really good tier. That's where we're going. Okay, so the next up is Stardew Valley. I mean, where else is it gonna go but S tier? Like, Stardew Valley is an S tier game. Like, what else do I need to say? Like, Stardew is just a great game. I see why people love it. I really fell in love with the game myself, and I'm actually gonna put it at the top of S tier. I'm gonna have to do some rearranging of all this before I yeah, I'm gonna do the rearrangements later, but Stardew Valley, S tier. Like there's a lot to love about it. There's a lot of fun to be had with it. And just based on like what I've heard from the people I've spoken to about it, like Stardew I feel is probably going to be like a truly timeless experience for like a lot of different people, myself included. Okay, so next up on the list is Kirby and the Forgotten Lands DLC, and honestly, S tier. Like it built off of, actually no, it goes under A tier. Really good. I'm going to add a thing here. kind of alright. B tier, not really my thing. C tier. There. Really helps to actually have a an actual system for this. But yeah, Kirby and the Forgotten Land Star-Crossed World, definitely A tier. Like, it builds off of what Kirby and the Forgotten Land accomplished, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a great game by itself. Star-Crossed World, I did not expect it to be so short, but at the same time, like, it was still good to be able to play that game all the way through on stream. I don't know if I would have spent like $20 on it, but like that upgrade I feel should have been $10 at most, considering how much / how little is included in that game. But at the same time, like, I'm cool with the A tier placement. I'm just gonna leave it there. So next up is Look Outside, and A tier, easily. It's one of those games where that I really wanted to play more of it, and I still haven't gotten around to doing that. I don't know if I want to continue that playthrough, because I kind of fell into it after one of those Dead Space streams didn't pan out the way I hoped it would. But I don't know, man. Look Outside just really felt very fun. And it's another instance of Devolver Digital does not miss. Just, yeah, great time. So then, next up on the list is Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. And I hate to do it, but it falls under B tier. Like, I thought I really liked that game, but as it turns out, it's like, I don't know, there's just something about it that just feels off to me, especially having played Devil May Cry 3 and Devil May Cry 1 this year. So I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it just feels so different compared to the rest of the series, and I almost want to just leave it to the wayside and never finish it, just so I can move on to Devil May Cry 5 and quite possibly DMC Devil May Cry, because I think that would be an interesting thing to play first for a couple streams. Like, I'm sure I'm going to be having people mad at me for like wanting to play DMC Devil May Cry, but who knows, man. Either way, moving on. So next up is Zelda The Wind Waker, S tier, easily. But like bottom of S tier. Because it's a timeless classic ever since 2002. It's just a great game to play, no matter no matter how you slice it. But yeah, like that, it is the original version of Wind Waker, which absolutely has its problems. Like terrible item management being one problem. God, what's another problem? Oh yeah, all of the Triforce charts and all the Triforce pieces. Just, good lord, man. Why is that quest so expensive? Like, it has problems. It is still a timeless classic, and I still love it, but I can only put it at the bottom of S tier. It has its problems. Either way, moving on. So next up on the list is Outer Wilds, and I only played it once. My actual second playthrough of it is scheduled for Friday, but that's an easy S tier placement. Like, that game was just so intriguing and so interesting. It can only hold 10,000 rupees. Yeah, but at the same time, I know it's not, you don't need exactly 10,000 rupees in order to get all of the charts translated, but you definitely need to pay Tingle 3,000 rupees at least to get all the charts translated. And that has not sit well with me at all. Yeah. But no, Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds was like really intriguing, and I want to know more, and I want to experience more, and I want to play more. And it's coming up again on Friday, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with it. Okay, so then next up is Left 4 Dead 2, and Made for Fun collabs. That's where that goes. Like, we had a lot of problems getting our sessions synced and our mods working for the game, but the one time I was able to stream it, we still had a very fun time despite. And hopefully at some point I can play it with my other friends who are far more proficient at the game than I am. Like, hopefully someday. I would really like that. So then, the next up on the list is Mega Man 11, which I only played once, back at the very beginning of the year. And Mega Man 11, it gets A tier placement. Like, Mega Man 11 is still, like... I'm glad I decided to give it a chance. It's a very fun game to play. Like, brutal and unforgiving, just like the series is known to be. But, it was cool. Like, I never did finish it. Maybe one of these days I will, but on my own. And, I'm really looking forward to Mega Man Dual Override in 2027. Eventually, I do want to play some other Mega Man games that I really love on stream. Like, I do want to play, like, Mega Man 8, Mega Man X4, maybe, like, a couple other things. Maybe the Mega Man Zero games. When Mega Man Star Force Collection comes out, I want to do some runs of that. That could be very fun. But, we'll see. So, next up on the list is Paper Mario, which I played as part of my channel's 3-year anniversary. It's going under A tier. It definitely doesn't get S tier, because Paper Mario, the original, is still a timeless classic. It's still very fun. However, it does, like, the part I was at in the game, which was Flower Fields, is quite possibly one of the, if not the most problematic chapter in that whole game. So, like, it's past me. I let it sit for like over 2.5 years. I regret doing that. I'm not going to leave it to sit again. I know I have it penciled in for sometime this month. I just don't remember when that is, but I want to finish it this year. I don't want to leave it unfinished. I definitely want to, like, keep going with it. But blah. Okay, moving on. So next up is Arknights, one of my favorite mobile games. And I'm actually gonna... There's a part of me that really wants to put it in S tier, but I'm actually going to put it in A tier. Because Arknights, still a very fun game to play. It definitely got like a bunch of eyes on my channel when I first played it and did a podcast for it back in 2023. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those games where, like, I can never justify just like making a stream of it. Like, I feel like either there has to be something going on for it, or like it's not something that I can just mindlessly log into for a stream and just say, hey, we're doing this today. Like, I can do catch. I mean, there's a lot to do in the game, but I don't know, man. But by extension, Arknights Enfield, which I was very kind enough to get the beta invite for, is going in S tier. Arknights Enfield really surprised me in like a lot of different ways. And I had a lot of fun doing 5 streams of that, and I'm very grateful to Yostar and Griffline and Stu and Mountain Contour for giving me the opportunity to like have access to the closed beta, and I am really looking forward to when Enfield releases later on in the month. Okay, so then next up is Kingdom Hearts 1, and oh boy, B tier. Kingdom Hearts 1, like, not what I expected it to be at all. I knew that it was going to be a vastly different game, like, going into this. However, no, like, I, I can only really quote a meme that I've seen of just, like, James from Pokemon wearing glasses and crying, just going, I was prepared for trouble, but not for this. Like, it was very different compared to what I was used to. But that's not a bad thing. And from what I've heard from some of my friends, like, if you can survive both early game Olympus and early game Deep Jungle, the rest of the game gets a hell of a lot better from there. So I'm willing to believe them, and I'm willing to like see the rest of the journey through. I just don't know when that's going to be, or even if I get around to games like other games in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, like Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, or 3 before then. Like, I don't want to play Chain of Memories. Like, I have heard really bad things about that game. I'm going to just leave it. But that's beside the point. So then, next up on the tier list is Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name. Easy S tier. Like a Dragon Gaiden is like, I started in 2024, but it's one of those games, like, Yakuza games are always going to be a good time. And I am like losing my voice fast as hell because I'm talking so much. Yeah, I need like, and I feel my ear and my nose closing up. I need like an antihistamine or something. Definitely more water. So I'm just going to mute myself temporarily. Or actually, I can just adjust the slider on my microphone. So I'm just gonna go get some water and take some medicine. I will be back. Oh no, you can still hear me. Okay, I may need to slide and adjust this in OBS. So I'll just turn this off temporarily. Okay, there we go. So sorry about that. Okay, so hopefully this works out. But okay, next up on the list is, I'm going to skip ahead a tiny bit. So Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2. Both fall under Made for Fun collabs. Like, only did the one stream of it where it was me, Punky, Wiggles, and Kaze playing all the mini games in Stadium 1 and 2, and then doing a battle in Stadium 2 where, like, Punky and I just got completely washed. And I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing, but Stadium 1 and 2, very good for what they were. And I was happy to have played them. Even if it was just for that one collab. But nah, good times. So, Hollow Knight is next. And Hollow Knight is... I'm actually gonna... We were sleeping with the emojis. What? Okay, either way. Hollow Knight I'm actually going to put in S tier. Because Hollow Knight, very much a timeless indie classic. Always a fun time to play. I'm glad I was able to do the thing that I had never done the first time I played Hollow Knight, which was defeat the Radiance. I'm very happy I was able to get that done. And I never did finish the Godmaster content, but honestly, I think it's fine. I'm cool with just moving on to Silksong and never looking back at Hollow Knight. Like, do they have more Pokemon minigames? Honestly, not really. Because there were only 3 battle-focused Pokemon games, Stadium 1 and Stadium 2, which had minigames on N64, and then Pokemon Battle Revolution on Wii, which did not. But, I feel like any kind of minigame styled Pokemon thing, the way the Pokemon Company and Nintendo are now, if such a thing was to come out, you'd probably have to pay for it. Hey, Average Sonic, welcome to the stream. Okay, but Hollow Knight is in S tier, and I'm also going to put Hollow Knight Silksong in S tier. Like, this game, Hollow Knight Silksong was very much a worth the wait style experience for me. I've been having a lot of fun playing it. There's definitely a lot I need to do before I can actually get into Act 3 and finish the game. I don't know what that entails, but eventually I am gonna have to get that done. I haven't penciled it in yet for this year, but I'm going to get around to that eventually. And Silksong is a great time. But will it hit top 5 indie? We shall see. So I'm actually going to skip ahead by quite a bit on this tier list, and because I have no D tier for a reason, and there's really only one game that can go into that across this entire list, and that is Union Syndrome Rhythm Psychosis. Like, I have no problem with its gameplay. I'm mostly cool with rhythm games, but Union Syndrome is the only game I have played on stream across all 3 of my years of streaming where I have felt an immense sense of shame while playing it. Like, I don't know what it says about me that, like, I thought it would be interesting enough to do for a video or for a stream, but yeah, no, I feel inherently wrong having played it. And I'm not saying it's a bad game, but the thing that I realize is that's not a game that I can play live. That is a game that I can only really play behind closed doors. Like, just like lock a door behind me, throw away the key, like, yeah, no. Like, Union Syndrome Rhythm of Psychosis just falls under no. And 2 games that I can actually file under not really my thing are Nekomimi Destruction and Pac-Man World Repack and Rain World. Like, inherently, there's nothing wrong with these 3. I do think Rain World is a interesting game. So I would actually put it at the top of C tier, and I would put Nekomimi Destruction at the bottom. But I don't know. They like Rain World is just so far removed from something I would normally play. Pac-Man World Repack, the reason it's here is because by comparison to Pac-Man World 2, which I do want to get that on Steam eventually, I just don't know when it's going to go on sale. But by comparison to Pac-Man World 2, that game is absolutely not what I thought it was going to be. And it just felt inherently wrong to play compared to Pac-Man World 2. So I'm just going to leave it there. Nekomimi Destruction, which I played the demo of live on stream, like, that was an interesting game. But at the same time, like, it is very much in a rough spot. So in its current state, I wouldn't 100% call it my thing. Maybe once more work is done for it, I could say, like, okay, I could see myself playing more of it, but the way it is now, I'm just going to leave it there. Actually see a couple more things that I can just go ahead and sort now. Peak falls under Made for Fun collabs. Probably the top of Made for Fun collabs. If I had to arrange this. Hey, Pickle, welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is actually how I would arrange that. Peak is like a very fun game to play, especially with people. It's not even all that bad to play by by one's lonesome too. But yeah, no, it's just a fun game. Where do my own games rank? I don't know, man. Like, I guess they don't. Unless you're asking Average Sonic. Because this tier list is strictly just, like, games that I played on stream for the sake of playing them, not for the sake of, like, making anything. Like, all S tier, I mean, sure, I guess. I don't know, man. But, so for those of you that joined late, let me just go from bottom up to, like, showcase what I've done and where we're at right now. So under D tier, No Just No, Union Syndrome Rhythm Psychosis. For C tier, not really my thing, Rain World, Pac-Man World Repack, and Nekomimi Destruction. And I do see Average Sonic said Rain World my goat with a sad emoji, or ASCII. And I feel a little bad about that, but I really don't. Like, it's just not my thing, honestly. B tier, kinda alright. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, Hot Soulful Boyfriend, Sonic Adventure 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, and Kingdom Hearts 1. Regretfully unfinished, Okami HD, The Last Story, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy IV, Pokemon Fire Red, and Pandora's Tower. I'm gonna move you here. Made for Fun collabs, Peak, Halo 2, Zelda 4 Swords, Zelda 4 Swords Adventures, Mario Golf, Lethal Company, Among Us, Left 4 Dead 2, Pokemon Stadium 2, and GoldenEye. A tier, unsorted for now, is, well, give me a sec to do a little bit of extra sorting. Yeah, that's good. A tier, Arknights, Metroid Fusion, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Starcrossed World, Subnautica, Unsighted, Mouthwashing, Inscription, Dead Space, Golden Sun, The Last Stage, Psycho, Giants' Dating Simulator, Zelda Link to the Past, Metal Gear Solid, Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince, Reanimal, Look Outside, Mega Man 11, and Paper Mario. And S tier is Stardew Valley, Kingdom Hearts, Kirby 64, Yoshi's Woolly World, Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition, Super Mario Sunshine, Zelda Breath of the Wild, A Hat in Time, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Pizza Tower, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, Devil May Cry, Zelda The Wind Waker, Outer Wilds, Arknights Enfield, Like a Dragon Gaiden, Hollow Knight, and Hollow Knight Silksong. So that's where we're at right now. Oh, I can sort this Mario Party Superstars under Made for Fun Collabs. That was a really fun collab, even despite the fact that it gave me emotional damage. But yeah, I'm hoping to be able to do more Mario Party collabs in the future. So is there anything else that I can just automatically sort? Let me just do that real fast. Okay, no. So then these next ones, I have to actually really think about them. Hey, Punky, welcome to the stream. Mario Party is always fun to watch, and even more fun when the game punishes you for no reason. Yeah, you're right. I still get vivid flashbacks every single time that short pops up from me just like scrolling my own stuff of the time where I tried to use the warp block and switched with Kaze, who was in the same space as me. Just, oh my god, that was emotional damage of the highest caliber. Just show that clip of like Stephen He just like slamming the sandal into the ground, yelling out, emotional damage. Just, oh my god. Okay, so all right, so going back through the list, I'm actually gonna skip ahead to this one. Coming up into our second placer for S tier so far is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Like, I had such fun playing that game at the very beginning of the year. Like, Twilight Princess is my favorite Zelda game for a very specific reason. Just like, I have such fond memories of it, and its gameplay still holds up, so much so that like there may be some actual differences in gameplay between the GameCube, Wii, and Wii U versions, but all three versions play out exactly the same with very little differences. And Twilight Princess overall is just one of the most solid Zelda games I've ever had the joy to experience multiple times. I think the stream playthrough was like my 5th ever time playing it. But no, it was my 6th. But no, it's just a great time. And I love Zelda. I love Twilight Princess. If a variation of Twilight Princess ever comes to like Switch 2, either like a port of the HD version, or hell, I'll take like the GameCube version getting slapped onto GameCube Online. If that ever happens, I will play the game again. I don't give a shit. I'm already planning on playing like Zelda Majora's Mask again, because why the hell not? That game is awesome. Okay, but either way, like Twilight Princess S tier, but will it hit top 5 AAA? That will be decided as soon as I'm done here. Okay, so Wario World. Wario World is actually going to go in A tier. It is a very solid experience. I'm so happy that it got put on Nintendo GameCube Online for the Switch 2, and I really have been wanting to play it again for so long. And now, like, I forgot how short that game is, though. Like, I got pretty much 50% of the way through it the last time I played it. And I already know when I get around to, like, doing a part 2, that's going to be it. That's going to be, like, the last stream of it. But, I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm looking forward to, finishing it out. It's still a very fun game. It's still a very solid game. Not a game that I would have ever paid, like you can finish this game in like 6 or 7 hours. It's not something I would have ever paid like $50 for back in 2002. But then again, I wasn't an adult in 2002. I was 10 years old. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Still a really fun game to play, but still very short. Either way, Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion, also going into A tier. I played part of it for a video, and then I did it for a stream. Very fun game. Like, I've actually been playing that a couple times on my own, but I need more water. But like, the original Daemon X Machina on like PC, Switch, PS4, like, it has its perks, but it's a very simplistic game at its core and tries too much to be like Armored Core. But Titanic Scion took every single gripe I had with the original Daemon X Machina and actually made it like a really much better experience to play, and I truly mean that. So, does it hit S tier? No, but it definitely earns its A tier placement. Like, I don't have anything else to say. It's just a great game. Okay, now Dragon Quest 1 HD 2D, A tier. Like, that game is really good, but I also do recognize that it has its problems. Hot Helpful Boyfriend is E for emotional damage. I mean, I put it in B tier, actually. But, it is saved by its humor, I've gotta say. But, honestly, like, yeah, I don't know. It's very funny to witness, and, like, it has its humor, it has its quirks, but at its core, it's just like generic dating sim, like visual novel. Just all the love interests are pigeons, and you're a human girl living in a cave. Like, this shit is just ridiculous. But that's where I'm gonna leave that. So yeah, Dragon Quest 1. It's like a really good game, but the HD version is like hard, very hard. So I'm actually going to it doesn't hit S tier for the reason that it doesn't hit S tier for the reason that, like, it's very difficult to play, but it doesn't hit B tier because it's still very compelling. But like I said the last time I played it, like, this game is just difficult. And I feel no shame in just leaving it for a little while and then moving on to Dragon Quest 2. Which maybe I'll do that next week. I know I've already made my schedule for that week. I just got to figure out what's on it. But I already know that I do got to switch some things around for it because, how do I put this? I did see that a demo for Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined is coming out for, like, Switch, Switch 2, PlayStation, and PC in a couple days. So I want to get that. I want to play it. Maybe I'll stream it. I have no idea. But definitely want to get around to that. Especially before the game launches in February. W itch page. Oh, are you talking about mine? I'll go to it if you want. Oh, I need to log in. Hold up. There, you get to see my wallpaper. Alright, here we are. So you're talking about my itch.io page, right, Average Sonic? With all the games. I do have some bad news in that regard. So when I got my new PCs, or when I got this new PC, the flash drive that I had a lot of my stuff saved under, like, completely kicked the bucket, and I think it had everything that I was working on in SRPG Studio and RPG Maker saved onto it. So no harm, no foul is complete. I don't have to worry about that. But like, Denny Dies at the End is complete. I don't have to worry about that. But Fool Me Twice and One Death Is Never Enough were all saved onto it. So I have no idea if I can even recover those files. But if I can't, then I'm fucked. So, like, I'm hoping I can find some kind of service that can help resuscitate that drive, because otherwise I don't want to be out of, like, all my hard work for Fool Me Twice and One Death Is Never Enough. But, like, I'm hoping they were also saved locally onto my onto my old PC, which thankfully I still haven't sold. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully. But I did see that, like, oh, I could take my old drive to Micro Center to see if they can resuscitate it somehow, but no, that service costs like $225. I don't have that kind of money to just resuscitate a 5 terabyte external hard disk. Like, guys, come on. Like, that's highway robbery. Either way. So, moving on, more placements. I'm actually going to go to the bottom here. Tierscape, which I played the demo of. It actually is going to go in B tier, but, like, second placer for B tier. Like, it's a very good game. I just hit game-breaking bugs when I played it when I played its demo on stream, and just, like, that absolutely dinged it a number of times for me. So low-key made you want to start dabbling again in what, like, game development, RPG Maker, SRPG Studio. Like, that's awesome. But yeah, like, once the full game for Tierscape releases, and I think that's actually an early February release, I will probably, like, have some more positive things to say about it. But Escape from Ever After, which was also part of that game dev, nice. That goes under A tier. Snow Ultimate Freeriders also goes under A tier. Like, just incredibly solid games. I can't wait for Escape from Ever After. That was just a super fun game to play. Snow Ultimate Freeriding, definitely one of those, like, really fun depression style games for me. It's always nice to have, like, just a snowboarding experience for me, like, whenever I get bored and want to play something new or something different. So, like, they both go in A tier. They're just great. Persona 4 Golden I can actually file under regretfully unfinished. I let it fall to the wayside because I ended up getting my ass kicked one too many times by Shadow Kanji. So I did want to keep continuing it. However, when Persona 4 Revival got announced, I kind of just let the whole thing just slip. So, like, eventually, I don't know what I want to do. Like, do I want to play more Persona 4 Golden, or do I want to wait for Persona 4 Revival and just play that on stream? Like, I have no idea what it is I want to do. Like, I will have to figure it out from there. Oh, actually, there's one other thing that I can file under regretfully unfinished. Fire Emblem Engage. Like, Fire Emblem Engage is still very much a fun game to play, but I let it fall to the wayside because I don't think there's an audience for that game. Like, certainly I don't think there was any real or major interest in, like, anybody watching me specifically play it. So I kind of am just leaving it here under regretfully unfinished, just to, like, see if it's something I would be interested in revisiting for the future, but personally, I have no clue. Okay, so then Dragon Quest III HD 2D, finally getting back to it. Falls under S tier. Overall, an extremely solid Dragon Quest adventure. I had a lot of fun playing it when I started the run back in 2024. Was glad I was finally able to get around to finishing it in 2025, and overall, it's just a very great game, and it really sparked a movement and a lot of interest in HD 2D style Dragon Quest games. And like I said, leaving Dragon Quest 1 for a little bit, definitely want to play Dragon Quest 2 whenever I can. I'm hoping that Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6 also get the HD 2D treatment, and that they're just as good, if not better, than Dragon Quest 4 or 3, sorry. But yeah, no, solid S tier experience. Had a lot of fun. So then next up is Banjo-Tooie. Like, do I even need to say it? This is also an S tier experience. Like, it's Banjo-Tooie. Like, come on. Like, I let it fall to the wayside a bunch of times, but I was glad I was able to, like, officially finish it out and just be like, hey, let's do what I've never done before and get this game all the way up to 100%. And I'm so glad I did. I never want to look at so much as walk in Cloud Cuckoo Land again as long as I fucking live. But Banjo-Tooie is just a great time. Like, a bit large as far as, like, collectathons go, but and, like, there's so much backtracking involved, but, like, a definitive N64 retro experience. There's, like, it's something everybody should play at least once whenever they're able to. Okay, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, S tier. Like, it's not my favorite Monster Hunter for no reason, and I mostly let it fall off in 2024, but I knew I needed to finish that campaign when 2025 rolled around, before Wilds released. So I'm glad I was able to do that. Maybe one of these days I'll go back to my streamed Iceborne run, and I don't know, I think it would be fun to just, like, bum my ass through the Guiding Lands and just throw down against a lot of the other, like, free title update monsters I never really got around to fighting. I think that would be a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but maybe one of these days I'll get around to it. Conversely, Monster Hunter Wilds, A tier, and also Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, A tier. Monster Hunter Wilds is really fun, and Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is, like, downloading Godot right now since I have Windows now. Hell yeah, I get it. I'm gonna have some shit to say about Godot in a minute, but Monster Hunter Wilds is a very fun game. I can't even deny that. The only problem is it's not optimized well for PC at all, and it's probably not going to be optimized well for PC until March. It's one of those games where I actually had to double dip in order to grab it for PS5, and I'm actually having a lot more fun playing it on PS5 than I am on PC, because if there's one thing it has on PS5 that it doesn't have on PC, it is stability. Like, that game is actually stable on PS5 and can actually play without problems. So, like, yeah, of course, why wouldn't I prefer the PS5 version over the PC version? But again, still very solid. I just really want to wait to actually play it again on PC until they fix all the issues. Like, it desperately needs it. And then Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, it's just a very fun game to play. I do love it. I still love it. I still go back to it every so often. But it's one of those games I recognize where, like, there's no audience for it anymore. Especially considering, like, the time I streamed it, which was like, I streamed it back when I was visiting my mom on vacation because I had nothing better to play, and I really wanted to play it, and I thought people would be interested, but yeah, no, that didn't really work out. And I feel really bad about that, but again, nothing I can really do. So, still a fun game to play regardless, still a solid A-tier experience, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. So the next thing on the list is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, A-tier. Like, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl get a lot of flack for being faithful remakes of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, but I see that as both a good thing and a bad thing. Like, bad thing in that it's exactly the same, but good thing in that its simplicity is what you want, especially when you're getting around to like Nuzlocking it, which is what I did. Of course, I failed the Nuzlocke, but I still had like a really good time playing it regardless. Like, am I actually going to finish it? No. Like, I'm calling it done. Like, we failed. I'm just going to leave it, never touch it. Well, on stream again, and we're leaving it there. Okay, so next up is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I'm going to put that at like the top of A tier. Like, I only got around to streaming it once. It's a very solid game, and like really good as far as I want to say as far as like Warriors likes are concerned, like Muso games. But some of these battles, because like I haven't the first time I played it was on stream. The second time I played it was actually yesterday, and I don't know, there's just something that feels like weird about it. I can't put my finger on what, but I'm still in the very early game, so I can't really complain too much. But at the same time, like, it is still a game worth owning a Switch 2 for, but I would put it in like 4th place. So like, top 5 Switch 2 games would be Pokemon Legends ZA in 5th, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment in 4th, Mario Kart World in 3rd, Kirby Air Riders in 2nd, and then Donkey Kong Bonanza in 1st. Speaking of Kirby Air Riders being in 2nd, I'm just gonna go ahead and sort you now S tier. Like, it is Kirby Air Ride made better with like all sorts of newer sustainability features. Like, need I say more? All right, Average Sonic, thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you on the next stream. Have a great rest of your night. Man, I am yapping like way too much. But no, Kirby Air Riders, S tier. Easiest S tier placement. As far as where in S tier, I'll figure that out. But then Me-Side is next. Me-Side, I am actually going to put in A tier. Me-Side just completely shattered my expectations of like how to do like an anime style horror game. Like, I don't know, Me-Side is just like very unique in terms of like how digital horror is done, and it is a game that I recommend everybody play at least once. Like, I felt a weird sense of shame just like playing through it. However, at least I think I remember feeling a sense of shame playing through it. However, like, the gameplay, as simple as it was, and the horror as well done as it was, just trumps everything. So very solid A tier placement. I'm actually going to put it here. That transition from the 2D to 3D was wild. Oh, and Me-Side? Oh, right, in the very beginning, yeah. Yeah, no, I remember. So, Doom 2016, A tier. Like, Doom 2016 is still easily one of the most solid Doom experiences I've had and I will ever have. Like, I let it fall to the wayside, but I'm glad I was able to like come back and finish it. Like, it's still just like a super solid game. But I really don't have anything else to say outside of that. It was just really fun. Okay, so next up, Bendy and the Dark Revival. And this is also getting an A tier placement. Like, it is like Bendy and the Ink Machine, which I played in 2024, was a super solid experience that I didn't expect to be as fun as it was. And Bendy and the Dark Revival just like continued to run away with the concept, and it was really good. I wouldn't put it at like as like a S tier experience, but it was still really good. And I am really looking forward to the third game in the series whenever that does release, Bendy and the Ink Factory. Okay. I am like really starting to get tired of hearing the sound of my own voice. Do I have more? I barely have water left. Okay. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Yeah, S tier. Overall, a super solid Resident Evil experience. It was the series' first transition into first person, and it did it really well. At least I think it did. Will you choose one of the S tier as best of stream? Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm not gonna get around to that until like I'm completely done sorting everything, but we have spots for top 5 AAA and top 5 indie. So just stay tuned. But no, Resident Evil 7. Oh, you didn't, SC Jolly, you didn't have to retract your message. Either way, yeah, like, I don't know if there's anything more I can say about Resident Evil 7 other than like really solid horror experience, really just a great time. And I'm glad I was able to play it. I'm glad I was finally able to finish it, which is what I never really got around to doing with the PS4 version I played when this game first launched. But excuse me, I'm glad I was able to play it. I ran off with it. I had a great time with it. And I'm looking forward to more Resident Evil experiences. Resident Evil 2, I'm actually going to sort that, now that I think about it, under regretfully unfinished. I don't know. I really backed myself into a corner streaming that game, to the point where like I am just completely out of ammo and can't really fight back against anything. You click to see if you could edit and delete it by mistake. Got it. Okay. But now Resident Evil 2 Remake, like, still a great game, but I don't know if I'll go back to it. I think leaving it as a Halloween one-off is probably for the best in my opinion. So I'm just going to leave it there. Like, unlike everything else in Regretfully Unfinished, like Okami HD, Pandora's Tower, Final Fantasy IX, Persona 4 Golden, The Last Story, Final Fantasy IV, and Pokemon Fire Red, I think Fire Emblem Engage and Resident Evil 2, I'm just gonna leave. And like probably never go back to those. Alan Wake is next, and I'm actually going to put this in B tier. Like, there's redeeming qualities to it, but, yeah, I don't know, man. It is not what I expected it to be. I've been packing, leaving Florida tomorrow. Oof, I feel bad. I am so sorry. But, no, I actually played a lot more of Alan Wake after I streamed it for Halloween, but Alan Wake is a very interesting game. I just don't know if I would stream it again, but it does leave me kind of wanting to try out both Control and Alan Wake 2 and Control Resonant when that game eventually releases. But yeah, moving on. Darkest Dungeon, I'm actually going to sort into A tier. It's a very unique experience as far as like turn-based dungeon crawlers go. It is unbelievably difficult, but definitely something that I think everybody should experience at least once. But like on the easiest difficulty, like I have. We can't all be like Champion Wiggles, who is God's favorite streamer when it comes to Darkest Dungeon. But at the same time, I'd resolve to like go back to it at least once or twice. And maybe eventually I will do that. I just don't know when. But I'll figure it out. So then, next up on the list is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. This also gets an A tier placement, but I would actually put it at number 4. It goes into the top 5 of A tier. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is one of those games that like I've always wanted to take it a little more seriously, and I'm glad I was able to play it a few times, and I definitely want to play it some more. I want to finish it. Very similar to Final Fantasy IX and Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and just pretty much every Final Fantasy that I've started on this channel, Final Fantasy X included. Like, I do really want to go back because there's a lot more to experience, but it's a fun game and I've been having fun. I haven't actually played this off stream, and maybe I should, but at the same time, it's solid, and I definitely want to go back at some point. Again, don't know when though. I'm gonna go ahead and sort Final Fantasy X now, and I'm gonna file this under regretfully unfinished. I did stream it like one more time back in December, I think, or November, or whenever the hell that was. But I do need to play more of it. I do need to experience it. Everybody lauds it as like one of the greatest Final Fantasy games to ever release, and I'm curious to see like what more there is to experience with it. Overall, yeah, I just really want to see it. So then, next up is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and that goes into S tier. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, like, I had so much fun playing that game. Like, I didn't think I would take to it as much as I did, but it is without a doubt one of the better action RPGs I've played in 2025. With Final Fantasy X-2 as a future game. Oh yeah, definitely as a possible future game, Jenny, but like I said, I need to finish 10 first. Don't know when exactly I'll be getting around to it or how much longer I have left, but I'm looking forward to it. But Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, I'm actually going to put it within the top 5 at least. Like, just a super solid game, and I wish that Cygames will do a second Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. It is something that like we desperately need. Well, I say we, but like I say we like I'm speaking French, but like it is something that I desperately need. Like, I want to play more. I want to experience more. And there's still plenty of post-game I can do. I can probably get a couple more streams out of this. Maybe it's just something that I can do in 2026, definitely for the future. But no, beyond that, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, like, very solid game. Super great game. I definitely want to play more of it, and I did spend like 4 hours reinstalling it onto this new PC today, so I'll figure something out. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. S tier, easily. Like, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is my it's my favorite Final Fantasy for a reason, and I'm glad that I was able to play it on stream and stream it, but that stream playthrough is not done. I definitely want to play more of that. I definitely want to try to do like collabs with it, because I've never played the game multiplayer before. I definitely want to at some point, and hopefully I can get around to it, but I hope we can make it happen soon. But regardless of that, very solid S tier placement. I would put it in like 6th place here. Alright, either way. Then Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I regret only having played it once. Actually, I'm going to put it under here. I regret only having streamed Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy once or twice, and the same applies with Spyro Reignited Trilogy, but ultimately there are like super redeeming factors about those games, and I want to experience more, I want to see more, I want to play more. But if I thought there was an audience for those games, then I would have gotten back around to those a long time ago. I have no idea if there is or isn't. And I also do kind of feel like I can't stream one game without streaming the other, because that's like the hole I find myself in that regard. But for 2026, I will have to figure something out, and eventually I will. I just don't know when that's going to be. Okay. A lot of actually, no, I'm going to move on to Sea of Stars Throes of the Watchmaker. A tier. Like, very solid. I'm glad that DLC came out, because I'd been wanting to play it for a long time. I'm glad I was able to experience it. And overall, like, Sea of Stars is still one of my favorite indie games to this day. And I'm glad I was able to experience this DLC campaign for like a stream or two. Just overall, incredibly solid experience. Just loved every moment. That's all I can really say. I would not put it as an S tier, but it's a very solid A tier. I would actually put it in top 10. Yeah, I would go like this. Yeah, I think that's solid placement for now. No, wait, there's one more thing I can move. Here we are. Let's put that there. And let's put you here. And you there. And you there. And you there. And the bottom row can remain like that. Actually, no, it can't. Yeah, that's a good placement. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games left. So I think I'm just gonna rapid fire through this. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, A tier. It actually is gonna go in the top 10. Clair Obscure Expedition 33, like, I've been saying this to like a bunch of different people. It is very solid as a RPG that is inspired by older JRPGs. Is it the best game I have ever played? Or is it the best JRPG I've ever played? No, absolutely not. But for what it is very solid. However, am I gonna get back around to it? I don't know. Because of all of the AI, the generative AI controversy surrounding it. Like, I think it's better to just leave it alone for the time being until like the heat dies down. But I don't know, I feel like I do also have to wait until my algorithm recovers, my place in the algorithm recovers, before I get back around to streaming Expedition 33. Okay, so here we go. I think a lot of people are going to be really mad at me for this one, but Castlevania Symphony of the Night I am actually putting in B tier. Now, it is not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It is a classic, it is a genre-defining game, and I really do love it. However, as a personal preference, I think I just prefer other Castlevania games to it. And I think I just prefer, like, or not to it, over it. And honest to God, I think I just prefer, like, other Metroidvania games over it as well. Because I'm actually going to put Bloodstained Ritual of the Night in A tier. And I'm actually going to put it here. No, I'm actually going to put it here. And put Throes of the Watchmaker in its spot. Like, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is always a super solid experience. And I do love it. I love it more than Castlevania Symphony of the Night, I'm going to be honest. But it is also one of those genre-defining games, not so much for Metroidvania, but as Igavania, that I firmly believe everybody should experience Bloodstained at least once. Plus, that Miriam is one of my favorite, like, Metroidvania protagonists, alongside, like, the Penitent one from Blasphemous, Shinoa from Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, Ori from Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisp, the Knight from Hollow Knight, and Hornet from Silksong. She really stands up there. But that's beside the point. Okay, Bloodborne. A tier. Bloodborne is always a very solid experience. I want to rank it lower just because of all of the problems I was having trying to play that game, but Bloodborne is still just a super solid experience, and it's honestly a must-play Souls-like game. Did you miss BioShock? Oh shit, did I miss BioShock? Oh, it's not in here. Oh shit, hold on. I am going to go download that really fast. Steam Grid TV. God, I didn't even realize I completely missed BioShock. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go to BioShock. Like, I need a perfectly square image of it, and if I can't find that, all right, here. Oh, god damn it! No, that's a WebP. This is also a WebP. Here we go. It's a JPEG. Okay. Sorry and you're welcome. Oh no, thank you. Like, I would have been incredibly mad at myself if I had missed that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that right now. BioShock B tier. Top 3 for B tier. Like, overall, very solid game. Wait, no. Yeah. Overall, BioShock, very solid game. I definitely need to play more of it, but I've been having problems trying to re-download it to my new PC. So will I ever get back around to it? I have no idea. I may have to start over if I do, but I will figure it out eventually. Okay, so then Signalis is going in A tier. I simply played it for a one-off. Like, I really enjoyed it back when I played it in 2024. I think I put it in my top 5 for indies for that year. But yeah, I don't know. Still an overall very solid game. Then Another Crab's Treasure is actually going to the top of A tier. Like, definitely top 3 at least. No, actually, I would put it top 2 over Hyrule Warriors. Like, Another Crab's Treasure, just like super solid for a Souls-like. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I'm glad I was able to finish it. And I'm looking forward to whatever. Like, I do hope Aggro Crab decides to do another Souls-like. Like, I have no idea what they have planned next beyond, like, Another Crab's Treasure and Peak, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing whatever they've got. Okay, Rayman 2. Rayman 2 is going in A tier. Right here. No, actually, right here. Rayman 2 The Great Escape, just... I haven't played that game in years. I don't know if it necessarily held up compared to my memories, blah, but it's still a very fun game, and I'm definitely looking forward to continuing that one. So, Star Fox 64, they keep updating Peak? Yeah. But I gotta wonder if they're gonna hand off updates for it to Landfall while they work on something else. But either way, Star Fox 64, A tier. And I'm actually gonna put it right there. So 6th place in A tier. Star Fox 64, just like, only played it once, but it's still a very solid game regardless. And I got like the false ending, I played it incorrectly, and then I got the true ending. So like, is there anything else I need to do? Be honest with me. But regardless of that, Star Fox 64 is still a lot of fun, and it definitely has its place in like retro gaming history. And finally, the last game on this list is Super Mario Odyssey, and that goes into S tier. Like, just super solid as far as Mario platformers go, and I'm like, it's just a really good entry, and I do sincerely wish that we could get another new 3D Mario game, because the last new one was Odyssey, and I'm pissed. I need more. But yeah, so that's the placement, but we're not done. So we still have to pull things out of here and determine top 5 AAA and top 5 indie, which I have saved to the very end. So I think I already know which direction I'm gonna go in. Where did I put Clair Obscur? It's in A tier, right here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's in 9th place in A tier. Like I said, very solid game. Is it a great homage to JRPGs? Yes. Is it the best RPG I've ever played? No. But like, I do really like the game. I am kind of giving it some space right now, though, because of all the controversies surrounding its use of generative AI. So I'm really just gonna leave it there for the time being and come back around to it eventually. Just probably not for another month or two. But outside of that, so I actually know what placement I can put something now. Stardew Valley is going at number 1 for top 5 indie. I wouldn't have like continued to play it had I not like truly continued to enjoy it. So like it is the easiest first place pick for top 5 indie in this whole list. The second one is actually going to go to Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Well, actually, I know the top 5 that are already going to go in there. Then Outer Wilds, then Silksong, then A Hat in Time. I'm actually going to put... Actually, yeah, I think this is a solid placement for top 5 indie. Stardew Valley in first, Hollow Knight Silksong in second, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound in third, Outer Wilds in fourth, and A Hat in Time in fifth. I think that's a very solid lineup. Then when it comes to AAA games, that's going to be more of a cutthroat thing than anything. But I think I have my lineup. It is going to be Zelda Twilight Princess, Kingdom Hearts 2, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Devil May Cry 1, and Like a Dragon Gaiden: The Man Who Erased His Name. But Like a Dragon Gaiden is in fourth, and Devil May Cry 1 is in fifth. So that means I need to... So then the top of S tier is going to go to Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Then I may actually move up Super Mario Sunshine to second place. Dragon Quest III HD 2D to third. Oh, wait. Nope. There we go. Banjo-Tooie in fourth. Monster Hunter World Iceborne in fifth. Super Mario 64 in sixth. Yoshi's Woolly World in second. Devil May Cry 3 in third. Wind Waker is actually going to go dead last on the list. Super Mario Odyssey and Zelda Breath of the Wild just under Kirby 64. DK Bonanza can stay there. Pizza Tower can actually go under Arknight's Enfield. Kirby Air Riders can go over Hollow Knight. Resident Evil 7 can stay there. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe can stay. Zelda Wind Waker can stay. So, do I need to do any more rearranging? No, I think I'm actually good. Okay, so, to recap for everybody. Top 5 AAA. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Kingdom Hearts 2. Okay, so Zelda Twilight Princess in first. Kingdom Hearts 2 in second. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink in third. Like a Dragon Gaiden in fourth. And Devil May Cry 1 in fifth. For top 5 indie, Stardew Valley in first, Silksong in second, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound in third, Outer Wilds in fourth, A Hat in Time in fifth. Then officially ordered for S tier, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Super Mario Sunshine, Dragon Quest III HD 2D, Banjo-Tooie, Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Yeah, no, I think I'll leave it there. Monster Hunter World Iceborne in fourth, Super Mario 64, no, in fifth, Super Mario 64 in sixth, Yoshi's Woolly World in seventh, Devil May Cry 3 in eighth, Kirby 64 in ninth, Mario Odyssey in 10th, Zelda Breath of the Wild in 11th, Donkey Kong Bonanza in 12th. Actually, I'm going to move Donkey Kong there. Then Arknight's Enfield in 13th, Pizza Tower 14th, Kirby Air Riders 15th, Hollow Knight 16th, Resident Evil 7 17th, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 18th, Zelda the Wind Waker 19th. Then for A tier, in order, Arc Knights, Another Crab's Treasure, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, Metroid Fusion, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Star Fox 64, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Star-Crossed World, Subnautica, Expedition 33, Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince, Me-Side, Mouthwashing, Bloodstained. Actually, I'm going to adjust. Yes. Yep. So Bloodstained, Warrior World, Me-Side. I think I can push Mouthwashing even lower, but I'll think about it. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Sea of Stars, Those of the Watchmaker, Rayman 2, Inscription, Monster Hunter Wilds, Bloodborne, Golden Sun, The Lost Age, Zelda Link to the Past, Dragon Quest 1, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, Doom 2016, Paper Mario, Metal Gear Solid, Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion, Mega Man 11, Bendy and the Dark Revival, Psycho Giantess Dating Simulator, Dead Space Remake, Look Outside, Escape from Ever After, Unsighted, Reanimal, Snow Ultimate Freeriding, Darkest Dungeon, and Signalus. Made for Fun collabs, Peak, Halo 2, Mario Party Superstars, Zelda 4 Swords, Zelda 4 Swords Adventures, Mario Golf, Lethal Company, Among Us, Left 4 Dead 2, Pokemon Stadium 2, GoldenEye, Regretfully Unfinished. Hold on. Excuse me. Okami HD, Pandora's Tower, Final Fantasy IX, Persona 4 Golden, Final Fantasy X, The Last Story, Final Fantasy IV, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Pokemon Fire Red, Fire Emblem Engage, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Then for B tier, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Sonic Adventure 2, Bioshock, Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, Tearscape, Ace Attorney Trilogy, Kingdom Hearts, Alan Wake, Hot Soulful Boyfriend, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, Not Really My Thing, C tier, Rain World, Pac-Man World Repack, Nekomimi Destruction, and very bottom of the bottom, D tier, Union Syndrome Rhythm Psychosis. So, yeah, I definitely think this is as good of an order as I can possibly get it. I'm going to make sure that I download that image. (2025) streams tier list. Make sure I save that to pictures. Okay, now copy image. I'm going to paste this in the Discord. And I'm going to share that with my friends as well. And we're good. Beautiful. Perfect. I'll make sure I, like, against my better judgment, I will make sure that I, like, send these out on Twitter and Blue Sky just to see, like, how people react. But, I honestly think that this has been a solid, over 2.5 hours per stream, and honestly, I think this is as good a place as any to end. So, yeah, and like probably for the best too. My throat really hurts right now, and I definitely need to give my voice a rest. But God, my throat hurts so bad I feel it in my ears. I have like yapped so much. But that's going to be it for the stream, everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in to my official tier list ranking of all the games I played on stream in 2025. If there's any kind of resolution for the channel that I need to make for myself, it is to like really try to strike a balance between like starting new games, possibly finishing new games for the year, and finishing old games. I need to like really figure out a decent balance for that, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it just yet, but I will figure it out somehow. But either way, if you liked what you saw, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notified every time I upload and go live. And if it's something that interests you, consider hyping up the video or hyping up the stream once it becomes a video. I would greatly appreciate that. Thanks for tuning into my other videos and my shorts. It really means a lot to me. I've got more shorts coming as always. I've got another video coming on Wednesday, so I hope you're interested in that. Tuesday and Thursday, I may have to switch some things around, but I may end up just doing 2 game dev streams regardless. Then Friday is more Outer Wilds. Sunday is going to be Uma Musume Pretty Derby. So we will see what happens there. But I hope you guys are interested in what I've got coming for this week and for every week to follow. You guys have been a fun audience. Thanks for hanging out with me, chatting with me, and vibing with me as I did this tier list stream. And thanks for like being there and reacting to all the moments across 2025. I had a lot of fun, and I'm hoping that I can keep the good times rolling throughout 2026. Either way, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Once again, this has been Pause and Effect on Air. I've been your host, CJ, and I will see you tomorrow for game development. Have fun.